to and I enter into rooms with other Black Americans who see this, we can dismiss this Pan-African brainwashing foolery. And it works because you have to put out there to the Pan-Africanists. If you look at our genetic structure, you look at our physiological structure, in addition to our social, cultural, and historical aspects, we are a unique people.
Yes.
And, and that bothers Pan-Africanists more than anything else. That really gets under their skin because they have nothing concrete that they can use to tie in whatever ideological nonsense that they're using to justify propping up this whole idea that Black Americans, freedmen and freedwomen, have anything in common with continental Africans and people from the Caribbean. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the hit on some good points, man. Again, they always try to force that thing, and it's always when they try to force that Pan African stuff, it's always some non-FBAs doing that. You see, because see, when we acknowledge our FBA lineage and indigenous lineage along with the African lineage as well, see that threatens Pan African control over the Black historic narratives. See, when we acknowledge indigenous roots and foundational Black American history, see, that shifts power away from the Pan-African gatekeepers who try to speak for all Black people.
You hear that? When you claim your indigenous roots, it strips away the said power of these Pan-African pro-Black groups try to use over us. This is why it's crucial. This is why it's very crucial to delineate.
Over the Black historic narratives. See, when we acknowledge indigenous roots and foundational Black American history, see, that shifts power away from the Pan-African gatekeepers who try to speak for all Black people. You understand? And basically, when they try to speak for us, it's all about, yeah, Black people have suffered, so give us some money so we can give it to Africa. You dig? Give us some more immigrant benefits because, yeah, we all Black. Yeah, Pan-African. So yeah, give us some benefits when we get over there with the FBAs. You see? So that they don't like that. They don't like that we are claiming our ethnogenesis because see, they think, well, it's going to cut off the goodies for them. That's going to cut off all of them damn benefits that they've been getting under Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism, we don't rock with it like that now because basically all that means is them coming over here eating off us. Tell me what else does it mean in practical terms? Let's just be real. The Pan-Africans ain't never over in Africa. They ain't never there. What you see a bunch of Pan-Africans over here making videos about us. The FBA niggas, I hate them. They hate Africa. You were in Ohio, brother. You were in Cincinnati chilling. You're not even in Africa. You over here. You see? So listen, when we claim our foundational Black American lineage, see, that dismantles the whole idea and that narrative that we owe our culture to Africa. That's been another con game because we used to fall for that bullshit. We sit up here and we've created all of these different cultures and all of these great things, and then we've basically attributed all of it to Africa. We let the dominant society and Pan-Africanists pick it up and then attribute it to Africa. Everything we did, we had to give it to some African tribe. No, because see, that's where the culturalist narrative comes from. We set up here giving all of our stuff away and not claiming it as our own ethnic group, while other groups are looking at themselves as different. We're giving away all of our inventions. Then they turn around, well, look, nigga, I have everything and you have no culture. And you see, we say, you know what? Let's do this because we started noticing something. We sat up here giving all of our stuff to Africa. And thinking that we got some big global unity thing. And the minute these people get anything positive, the minute they win an award, the minute they get a PhD, the minute they get a scholarship, all of a sudden they go out of their damn way to differentiate themselves from us. I am Ugandan. Shout out to Uganda. I just won the championship. This is a lovely day for Kenya, my Kenyan people. Boy, you make sure to take your wins. And boy, they ran a con game on us, family, for a long ass time. They were taking all of our wins and hoarding it, and then taking all of their wins and hoarding it for themselves. But they ran a con game on us, man. And we said, you know what? Delineation time. Since you're shouting out all of your wins, we're going to do that with all of our wins. We're going to take everything back. We're going to correctly attribute where it all came from. We're going to do some straightening. And now everybody's kicking and screaming. But that's the new norm. That is the new norm, ladies and gentlemen. And they feel like that takes power away from Africans and Caribbeans. Yeah. That's why we need to reconnect. Oh, we need to come together. Yeah, okay. All right, but when you come together, you're gonna respect our lineage. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna respect FBA lineage. Yeah. Let me get some more folks in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's get JD.
I just think people
JD.
deny the fact that a lot of these cultural groups need our energy, and they're literally been energy harvesting. They literally been energy harvesting off a lot of our people. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. I think we just gotta focus on what's really going on amongst our people. But we got some more to get into. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I mean, we got a lot more to get into.
Elliot in the building.
We'll
What's up,
move on from this
JD?
clip in a second.
Damn, it's a lot of y'all in here. We in here heavy as hell. We got over 2,000 people in here. What's up, Jay? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I was kind of hoping you would piggyback on that from yesterday caller about that one man Enrico in regards to P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually that proves his guilt. Because history would have convicted P. Diddy for hiring those thousands of male and female prostitutes. And the reason why is because in 2008, the DC Madam got convicted of the same thing on RICO for hosting a multi-million-dollar prostitution ring. Now, she said she had a black book full of names of Hollywood celebrities, everybody. And they caught a U.S. Senator Vitter, and they caught a Christian conservative because he had to resign. But they allowed her to be free before she got sentenced. And when you know, she got John Epstein in her mother's home. So, and that black book was never heard or mentioned again until I mentioned it. So they failed to charge the wrong person. They failed to charge the escort service. Had they charged the escort service, then the escorts would have been top tiers of a criminal organization. And that would have felt where P. Diddy would have felt guilty to.
No, but got him because the thing is he wasn't making money off prostitution. See, hey, I don't know if you're talking about Heidi Fleiss. I don't know. That's
Deborah Palfrey.
Okay. Because there's been a couple of high-profile madams where they're making money. That's where the criminal enterprise is. They're making money off the illegal activity. Diddy wasn't making money off of it. He was a trick. He was just tricking off money.
Yeah, he was hiring though. That was the part. He was hiring. If he would have hired from Deborah Palfrey, he would have been guilty.
But he's not running the enterprise, though. Yeah, that's the thing. He's not because they were trying to make it seem like Bad Boy was a criminal enterprise, and they overreached. He wasn't. He just wasn't. He wasn't.
Right. Right. Let me bring it back to the Howard Street Boys, because remember what I told you about them about a couple of months ago, and how wide a statute that Jesse County Prosecutor Layton used to get those boys locked up for life. That's what I wanted to piggyback on, and that's why I was originally mad, because I felt bad for those brothers. They're still locked up, under a normal judge sentencing laws, they'd be out today. But since they tried RICO, they in life for prison. Now that RICO statute is very, very wide. They still have articles on it on Flint Journal. It's Howard Street Boys, RICO, Flint, Michigan. You could pull up that one article, and that RICO statute was so, it would have dragged P. Diddy in a heartbeat just for doing business with any one of those escorts. That would have pulled him in, because they pulled that one dude. He wasn't even a member of Howard Street Boys. He was just selling crack for them. But when they arrested them all, he fought RICO, saying he wasn't a member of the organization, and under that statute, they convicted him, and he's still in prison for life.
There you go. All right, thank you, brother. He made money off doing something illegal, though. He was making money off the crack, whether he was with the group or not. That's how they kind of tied them all in. They were all making money. Money was being generated from the illegal activity. The thing with Diddy, I knew they weren't going to get him on no damn RICO. Diddy's not making money off the escorts. He wasn't making money off the dudes. Yeah, so that was some shit. They were trying to set a precedent to test how far they could push the RICO. I'm glad it failed, because that would have been a horrible precedent to set. So they were trying to test the limit of that damn janky ass RICO.
I can dig it.
That's what it sounds like to
Where
me.
you going, Root Work Jones?
Trying to test the how far they can push the envelope and try to get people screwed up with this little RICO, which shouldn't even been brought up in this weak ass of a case. To be honest, it should have never even been brought up as that weak of a case. I want to get into this next segment. This is from some stuff I seen on other social media platforms. So I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Let's get into it. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button. Let's go. Listen to this conversation.
And this is also something I cannot get used to, is the begging culture.
Hey man, bro, not lying about Jamaica right here. I was never gonna speak on this, but I gotta speak on this. The thirst in Jamaica is real. Let me give you this story. Look, so I'm the average black person that grew up not really knowing my heritage. I knew my mother's side, the Natchez Indians. I didn't know anything about my father's side of the family, even though I do know my father. He just never knew his father, really. So he knew his sisters kind of, but we never knew that side of the family. He didn't know anything about them. As I got older, I want to learn about my heritage. I reach out to my father's side of the family. They informed me that I'm Jamaican. My father's father was Jamaican, straight off the boat, because back then it was a boat. This man came here, had a bunch of cheering, made some money, never had bank accounts, nothing. But that's not the point. So look, I found out what's going on. I found out, okay, I'm 25% of Jamaican, 75% Native American. Yes, Natchez Indians. This is what the Natchez Indians look like. If you want a story about the Natchez Indian explaining why we in Chicago and why we not in Natchez or Vidalia, Louisiana, I'll explain it to you. Let me know in the comments and I'll break that down for you too. So look, I go home to Jamaica. Never been. I done contacted the family out there and everything. Let me tell you, it went bad from getting off the plane. I get off the plane, I get outside, I'm waiting. Ain't nobody come to pick me up from the airport. It's hot. It's hot. It's a bunch of dark-skinned motherfuckers trying to get me in their cabs and shit. And nobody's talking to me, really explaining shit, because as soon as I hear them talk, I don't know.
This is exactly how it is. This is how it is. I'm going to run this back just a little bit, just so y'all can have an understanding. I want to run this back just a little bit. I want to run this back just a little bit.
Why we in Chicago and why we not in Natchez or Vidalia, Louisiana.
He's talking about his mixed heritage, man. Majority, 75% Aboriginal and having a little bit of Jamaican Caribbean lineage. Now, peep the begging culture that's what's inside of them. Now, mind you, they're getting online in 2025, wagging their crusty fingers at us, talking about we're begging. They're tired of the begging, black fatigue.
And I'll break that down for you too. So look, I go home to Jamaica. Then I done contacted the family out there and everything. Let me tell you, it went bad from getting off the plane. I get off the plane, I get outside, I'm waiting. Ain't nobody come to pick me up from the airport. It's hot. It's hot. It's a bunch of dark-skinned motherfuckers trying to get me in their cabs and shit. And nobody's talking to me, really explaining shit, because as soon as I hear them talk, I don't know what the fuck they saying. You understand what I'm saying? I don't speak patois. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't at the time, at least. So look, whatever. I had to catch a motherfucking route taxi from the airport to Halfway Tree and catch a local bus from Halfway Tree to Port Antonio, and then catch a route taxi from Port Antonio to motherfucking Fair. This is what I had to do to meet my peoples. Then when I get there, it was all this excuse. Motherfuckers act like they forgot I came or they what all this, but I talked to them before I got on the plane. I made a phone call. Check this out. These motherfuckers act like they didn't have a vehicle, but when I got there, all the cousins and everybody pulled up in a motherfucking vehicle to see me. Cuz, what up, brother? And they talk, man, they calling me shit. They calling me Jamaican, all type of shit. They had names and jokes. Then I'm starting to realize after a couple days, it's some feelings going around. I could tell niggas just don't like me. There's a problem with me being there. You know, don't get me wrong. It was cool at first when they was asking for shit and I spent a couple dollars, but then I slowed that down like the second day. Man, I ain't come out to spend money on you. I came out here for the hoes and the culture and the food. I ain't fucking come out here for you, Hendrick. So hear what I'm saying, though.
Dude, funny as hell. You can tell he's from Chicago. Oh, yeah, Joe, funny as hell.
So look, motherfuckers is, I'm just noticing, like, I don't know. It's just I could tell there's some attitude. And then motherfuckers tell me out there, like one of my little cousins, a female, she tell me the family looking at me weird because this is my grandfather land. I'm like, what? They like, yeah, your grandfather, it was left to him by his father. And now them think you're here to take the property. And I'm like, I didn't even know it was mine. I ain't know nothing about it at all. I don't even care. So I called my auntie back here in Chicago. I told her what's going on. She said, don't speak on it. I said, what? She said, don't talk about it. Don't ask questions about the land. Don't make no suggestions. I said, why not? She said, they're going to debt you, boy, right there. I said, what? She said, you speak about the land, them going to debt you. That's exactly what she said. And I'm not even understanding what's going on still. So I just didn't care. I didn't bring it up. I didn't want to live in that shit anyhow. It was kind of weird to me that they got this. It wasn't a big piece of land, but it was a big ass house on there, like 4 stories. And every floor was a different part of the family living there. It wasn't like they all live together how we do. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Because if you looked at the pictures and shit, it started off as a concrete block, which motherfuckers lived in this spot. Then they added this extension, then a top floor, then a floor on top of the top floor. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad. Not mad about that. I was mad that we can't do that shit here. I'm serious as shit. We gotta buy shit whole, spend hundreds of thousands, but they could just build they could build their shit up. Whatever. So look, I'm not caring about that, but I'm noticing now I see why the aggression is there, right? I'm minding my business, and now I even got the locals who they friends begging from me every day, every fucking way I go. Mid General, you give me a bun and cheese, like all type of shit. Like I go to the bar, you give me a rum and boom. Like I was every motherfucking day till one day I'm with the one nigga in my family I like, the one roster. He just flipped out on everybody. Don't ask him for nothing else. Just went the fuck. I don't speak patois, so I'm not trying to do the accent. He just went the fuck off. Don't ask him for nothing. He did that little suck his teeth or whatever. He kissed his teeth, and somebody said something. It's the first time I ever heard it. That nigga said, "Go suck your mother, big fat." Rise clot, pussy clot, and I'm looking at him like, oh, them fighting words. And niggas is yelling, and next thing you know, they started throwing rocks at each other. Swear to God, they was right here in each other's face. I'm thinking it's finna go down. My man say something else. And I'm like, oh shit, these niggas throw rocks. But I'm telling you, bro, it just confused me being there in general. When I tell you these motherfuckers begged this shit out of me, bro, they begged me when I was broke. I had motherfuckers on YouTube sending me motherfucking Western Unions. My mama, I had niggas putting money. I had the brothers sending me money like they put money on my books to eat. And these motherfuckers, they see me going, I'm eating jerk chicken backs and saltfish fritters and getting soup and walk. I'm eating the cheapest shit available. And these motherfuckers think I'm lying. They looking at me like, him got something. Motherfucker called me a roast breadfruit. Yeah, because I ain't want to live like them. I'm a roast breadfruit. That means I'm white on the inside, black on the outside. Fuck them. I'm serious as shit. Man, and then I got sick from a mosquito. I got all this going on. Everybody begging. I can't walk nowhere without ants biting me. And I get bit by a mosquito, had me sick for 4 days. I thought I was finna pass away. I thought I was dearly departed out this bitch. And they was still begging. I'm laying there, I got one of them green coil mosquito things you light. I'm laid up in this bitch, sweating, feeling my stomach, feeling like it want to come out, but not in a nice throw up type of way. I'm feeling fucked up, man. And these motherfuckers in there, hey, Gus, hey, buy me a drink. You buy me a red stripe? You buy me a red stripe? These niggas, I am nothing to these motherfuckers. I am absolutely nothing. They seen an American family member and all they saw was money. To this day, I done been back to Jamaica every year. I stay for the whole winter. I ain't visited them since the first time. They see me in passing. They always see me. And I'll look at them too, like, partner. Yeah, they ain't gonna say shit to me now. Lessons have been learned. I'm this close with the Don. I fucks with Spraga, nigga. Winifred Beach, Spraga. Fuck. I'm telling you, big up yourself, brother. I'm trying to told you, I ain't scared of them niggas. I was at first, though. I was at first. You gotta understand, it's a whole country niggas walking with machetes. I thought these was like some samurai shits. I'm not knowing it's just for gardening. But these niggas walk with them. And I seen a nigga get spanked with a machete. Like slapped across his face. Foul! And he didn't get cut. I'm telling you, Jamaica's not a real place. I don't care what nobody tell you. And fuck the whole family. I don't care. Fuck the picnic. Fuck all of them. And they gonna see this and they ain't gonna say shit. You know why? Because that's Jamaica. I can get the whole family deleted for $1,200. Stop playing with me, boy. Follow me for more.
The thing that really pisses me off about living in Jamaica, and this is also something I cannot get used to, is the begging culture.
Hey, man, bro not lying about Jamaica right here. I was never going to speak on this, but I got to speak on this. The thirst in Jamaica is real. Let me give you this story. Look, so I'm the average black person that grew.
So we ain't going to get back into it. I'm going to go to the next segment. Like I said, that's just a whole crucial story within itself. You know what I mean? And these are starting to become a dime of a dozen type of conversation. The begging culture amongst these tethered immigrant classes is uncanny. You see what I'm saying? But yet we're looked at and they come here and they call us the beggars. You see what I'm saying? We got to do better. And a lot of these Caribbeans are actually speaking up against their own people. You see what I'm saying? They
my fellow
own people, and I think that's
a Pan-African
crucial to our understanding. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's get into the conversation right now. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. We're gonna get into it, and we're gonna rock this thing.
I've been seeing this debate between
I do want y'all to hit that like button real quick though. All right, let's get it on the screen. Here we go.
My fellow Jamaicans to the front.
Black American.
I don't know why.
Boycotting all the Black American business.
My fellow Jamaicans to the front, and come to the rotted front right now, because this is an ongoing problem of this whole bootlicking and licky nature. That a lot of you uneducated, spineless, rotted, dumbass, dunce-ass Jamaicans have when it comes to foreign people stealing culture and claiming to be something that they are not. And it needs to be constantly addressed because of the too rotted, fool and spineless and rotted licky for people who would never, ever do the same for Uno. And I know what the rotted me I talk about. May I give you a story, you see it? May I give you a story? Boom! Going to one store. Jamaican store, not owned by black Jamaicans. Right? Because I tend to support black people on the whole. Black American, black whoever, black Jamaican. Black Jamaican store going to Zit, not owned by black Jamaicans. Not a problem. We know say enough time Chinese people will own them store and thing, and them know say in America Jamaican products is a big thing, is a money making thing. Is it? Going to the store did not put on because I've been in America for so long, I now have an American accent. So it's not going to be easy to pick up that I'm a Jamaican. You see it? So I said, so boom. I'm pick up my things and go right to the cashier and start cash out the things then. You see it? So, you know, I start to talk with the cashier, Chinese person. You see it? So this Chinese person don't speak a lick of English but claiming to be Jamaican. All right, cool. That's one of the main problems that we have. You understand? people claiming to be something that they are not, don't even speak the language of Jamaica. A lot of people don't even understand that the fact that we were colonized by the British is one of the main reasons why we speak standard Queen's English right now. You see me? A lot of Jamaican people can speak way much more properly than a lot of so-called English-speaking white people in America. And there's a reason why I said white people. Because I've never seen black people act a certain way when it comes to English and stuff like that. It's always white people going on like, oh, you speak so well. Oh, no, you don't. Your grammar is horrible. But not to stray away from the point, I want to get right back into the meat of the matter right now. You see it? So, striking up the conversation, speaking like an American with the American accent, and saying, hey, you know, I'd like to go to Jamaica one of these days, you know, blah, 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 blah. But I hear that, you know, because he's acting like he's a Jamaican, claiming that he's a Jamaican, can barely speak English most of the time that he's even talking. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. When them talking and them can barely speak English, like one or two words in English, but he's claiming to be Jamaican. You know, said never did even live down there. You see it? So, you know, I'm saying that, you know, I'd like to go there and, you know, experience the culture of Jamaica. I heard that you guys have such a rich culture. And, you know, but I heard that, you know, also crime and violence is an issue. And he looked at me and he said, well, it's only the black Jamaican them is the problem. Again, I'm going to repeat this to you. It's only the black Jamaican them is the problem. So, immediately, I turn it up. I say, oh, I see it now. So you're only Jamaican when it is convenient to you. Because I thought that you all thought this motto meant that we were one people. So why is it that all of a sudden it is black Jamaicans? Oh, so now you're not out of many one people. You're just a culture vulture who comes to the US, get Jamaican products, pretend to be Jamaican, and steal Jamaican dollars in that way, shape, or form. And the Jamaican identity in that shape or form. And many of these freaking white people, Polish, German, Russian, whoever, come down to the freaking country, go up on TikTok, go up on Instagram, and get them likes, clicks, and views, steal the freaking language, don't know the roots of the language, barely know 2 words in the freaking language other than what they've been told by other people. Because a lot of Jamaicans, I can bet you, if you were to really and truly sit down in a circle with a lot, and I'm talking, and everybody know the stinking little white dirty girl them. You see me? I'm not saying it that way there. The stinking little white Russian girl, we're up there, run for your friggin' mouth and pretend to be something that she's damn well not. You're not a Jamaican. You will never be a Jamaican. You are a citizen of Jamaica. You're not a Jamaican. To be a Jamaican is skin color, blood, and culture. Which part of the friggin' culture you white people build? Which part of the culture you white people contribute and build? This is why we talk about the thing when black Americans are basically defending their culture from freaking culture vultures. And people get mad at them for doing it. You see me? People get mad at them for doing it. Why is it that we get mad at black people, black Americans, for defending them rotted culture when we look as Jamaicans and see it happening? People pretending to be something that they obviously are not. Obviously are not. When people think about Jamaicans, then think about the stereotypical Jamaican. Right? Then think about dreadlocks, rough accent, and pure BC and RC are cuss up all over the place. I'm not a person that loves to curse bad words. And I tell people all the time, there was one point in time I was coaching and I was at one side of the gym, and all I could hear was little white boys using my freaking language as freaking entertainment. And I had to go over to them and say, yo, you can't do that. That's not a safe word for little boys to be yelling out. And me tell you, say, all these dumbass Jamaicans too will come up at freaking America and make white people and other people just use our language as freaking entertainment. And not understand the pain that we went through as a people to create that ratted language. And get where? Like say some 50 Cent gal. When you know no effing sense on the goddamn head. When you too ratted licky for everything that's foreign. So effing fool sometime. When you too ratted fool, man. I'm freaking licky up here. No found me see it. Me see no found the licky. From the skin color look right in a licky no rotted cloth. A pee cluck underneath every friggin' thing with white. But not a goddamn rotted pride in yourself. Friggin' set of idiots. Goddamn set of dunces. You understand? Come America, yo, me frightened for white skin, you know. Yeah, white girl. Yo, me cuss too bad word. Yo, because me know say them love the bad word, you know, you see it? John know a star. Me know say them love the, yo, them love the accent and them love the bad word, you know, as if there is nothing else to our people that can be loved and admired. And back to the point before the video cuts off. White people that move to Jamaica, I don't care if you've had like 3 generations of children there, you're not Jamaicans. I will never see you as a Jamaican. A lot of people I know.
And we talking about divisiveness amongst our people as if we're the ones that's being heavily divisive. Obviously, these people are divisive. And I feel like he's doing the right thing as he feel like that's his right to call out those people. You see what I'm saying? That's his right to call out these people. Let's get into this next segment that we got, y'all. We got some more to get into.
Houston like 2 weeks ago, and I went to this bar, and this African guy walked up to me, and he was like, "Hey, Nigerian girl," and I just looked at him like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Yeah, you look like an Igbo girl, aren't you Nigerian?" I said, "No, I'm from America," and he was like, you just don't know where you're from. And the thing about that is, I hate when people say stuff like that because, yes, I do know where I'm from. I'm from America. I was born and raised in America. My ancestors, are from, Africa or different parts of wherever that I don't exactly know where they're from. But me, I was born and raised over here. My mom was born and raised over here. My daddy was. My grandma was. My great grandma was. Like, we're all from America. So yes, I do know where I'm from. I'm from America. Do you walk up to black British girls and say, "Hey, you look like in such and such"? And then when they say no, I'm British, and then you're like, you just don't know where you're from. No, y'all only do that to American black women. Like, yes, I know exactly where I'm from. I was born and raised in America. Okay? I don't know why people think that black American people don't have culture. We do. We have a lot of culture that people try to steal too and emulate. There's different parts of, there's like 50 states in America. Each state has its own culture and own way of doing stuff, own style, own dances, own like everything. The only thing about it, we don't really be thinking of it as culture. We just be living life. Like growing up and stuff, like I'm from Mississippi. And growing up and stuff, I didn't realize, like that my way of living was culture. I was just going through life, just living, just doing things and stuff that was passed down to me from my grandma and my parents and stuff like that. I didn't think of it as like culture or as like I don't know, tradition. I guess tradition, yeah, but I just didn't think about it. I didn't realize it was culture, like the way we dance, the way we cook things, the way we talk, our accents, stuff like that. Like you don't think of it as culture because that's your everyday life. Some of us are not loud
Nah,
enough.
and that's very, very true too. When you are the culture and you just live it, and whatever you doing is naturally the culture, you don't even know that you're doing your cultural shit. Like when we wake up and like, hey, what up, gang? Hey, shout out, twin. What you got going on, gang? Turn me up. Like when we just talk, when I say, man, we about to go do this, man, we about to pop out, hit the city. Like we're talking about cultural influences, things that we just do regularly, whether it's eating habits, what you eat traditionally. Like when you are the culture, sometimes you just live in life as the best human being, as the best Aboriginal Black American that you can be. The culture sometimes just becomes a given because we are the culture, and you living your life experience, sometimes they get pushed back or overshadowed looking at goals and things that you want to accomplish in the future. Now understanding that as they go by, as every second go by, cultural expressions is simply being expressed. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in the building. Now let's continue.
We just live in it. So yeah, Black Americans absolutely 100% have culture, and we know what we from. I'm from America. I'm a Black American. I'm proud to be a Black American. And I think that people think that like a Black person taking pride in being from America means that are um, you are you are in cahoots with white America. No, Black American culture and white America are two totally different things. Those are two totally different things. It's a layered subject, and Black American culture is very layered because, like I said, each region, each state has its own different style, own different flavor, everything. You can't group us all in as one. Like it's a big melting pot. Each state, each city has its own little culture, and I don't think one specific thing represents Black American culture. It's a bunch of shit. Okay, so like no, I'm not an Igbo girl. Maybe I look like them. They are beautiful, but I'm from America. I'm a Black American, and I'm proud of that. And I feel like Black American culture has so much history and resilience tied to it, like especially in Mississippi. Like a lot of the stuff, like the way we cook and the way we do things is like strict, like it's from survival. Like for instance, growing up, even the way we cook and stuff, like I know that like stuff like it's not healthy for you, don't get it twisted, but it's just the fact that my ancestors and my grandparents and stuff, like they took things and like they made something out of nothing because that's what they had to do. You know what I mean? And all that stuff got passed down. And is it healthy for you necessarily? Not really. But it's just